Welcome back, everybody. We got Matt with Rejig today. We're going to have some fun talking about really localizing your content so that you can show up more and be rewarded by AI. And on top of that, we're layering it with Google Business Profile, which we don't talk about both of these things together enough, which should be very interesting to see how we do this and then automate it on top of that. So, Matt, quick intro. Tell us about you and Rejig, and then we'll get into this.
What's going on, Tristan? Hi, everybody. My name is Matt Maier. I am the co-founder of Rejig.ai. We have built a platform to help you automate a lot of the work that goes into finding, creating, and posting hyper-local and relevant content for your business. Today, we're going to talk about the foundation of all of this, in my opinion, which is your Google business page, which, Tristan, I would love your thoughts on this. I would put on par with your website, and in potentially some cases higher than your website in terms of like how powerful it can be for your digital presence. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
I think you're right on. I think the things that we should be focused on a daily basis consistently is adding content to our Google business profile. And this is how I see the world, and then I'll take you to where you want to go. Most visited websites in the world. I always do this. This is going to be burned into everybody's brain by the end of this year. Okay, here we go. But it's always changing, Matt. So here we go.
Yeah.
Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, ChatGPT, X, and Reddit.
Yeah.
Now, to me, that's crazy. And this is the world. Now, if you just focus in on the US, the top three don't change. So that just tells you Google is in the top two. And I think, to me, that really lays out my foundation, which is exactly what you said. Not only do we focus on Google Business Profile, but what else does Google touch? YouTube Shorts, right? And then what else is on Google? Well, like you said, my website eventually, because and then I need to create content for it, right? So it's all like one small circle. It's not a big circle. It's really small.
I think I heard that when we were prepping for today's call, that there's something in the neighborhood of 200 people who have registered for this. I would be curious for people in the chat to drop in there if they've actually set up a Google business page.
Ooh, good question. All right, everybody. Do you have a Google business profile?
And do you control it? Because that's the other thing that we see quite a bit is people move brokerages, they change addresses.
That's why I lost mine.
Yeah. I've heard you say you lost 200 reviews.
I lost a little over 200 reviews. And then I was like, I mean, that hits you emotionally. So
absolutely.
I was like, do I want to start all over? And I haven't really put some love into it since,
I mean, part of the job today is just to kind of make the case for why this should be important, and then show you how easy it is to kind of, or what you can do to make it easier. I have probably 2 or 3 slides I'd love to put in front of people just to kind of help them understand. For folks on the call, you don't have to take notes. Just drop me your contact info in the chat, and we'll make sure you get a copy of this presentation afterwards.
And we'll send this out to everyone too that registered.
Perfect. And if you want the actual presentation, I've got some sources in there and stuff that people can take a look at. So I will share my screen now, and let's just kind of dive in, and then we'll just do a bunch of real world examples together to show you what this looks like, because I think that's like more fun. So, all right. So can you see my screen now, Mr. Tristan?
I almost can, and now I can.
All right, beautiful. All right, so can you see this nice looking presentation I've got pulled up for us?
Dominate local search, Google Business plus AI. Dude, before you even go anywhere, hold on. This would make such a really nice carousel post on Instagram. Yeah. If you want to send this to us, on the Lab Code Agent side, we'll post it up as we'll create a carousel. I have Jazz here on the back end, and then we'll just put Rejig and Lab Code Agents.
I love it. And I've got that on the final slide, Rejig and Lab Code Agent. So I will definitely do that. Thanks, Jazz. All right. So I think you're on top of a lot of this, but just to kind of help frame what we're about to talk about. So what I have pulled up is a chart from you can see where I've sourced it down below, but there is a company out there called GatherUp, which does reviews and like SEO work for a bunch of small businesses. The main thing that I want people to take away on this call is the one on the very top left. 98% of consumers will consult reviews before choosing a local business. So when we're thinking about testimonials for you on the call, it's super important in terms of like social proof for people that may work with you. Even, and Tristan, you know this, but like one of the things that I hear, and I think it's obviously true, but people are getting, in many cases, the majority of their business through referrals.
100%.
So my argument is like your reviews are important even in the context of someone referring people to you, because they're still going to go look you up. And so we're going to take a look at a sample Google business page here in a second. But the other thing that I would pull out here is 94% of consumers plus some degree of trust in local business reviews. So like it's a very important overall component. And then the local content just kind of reinforces things here. So now what I have pulled up on the screen is the Google business page for a very successful team in the Hartford, Connecticut area. It's a team called the Maier team. And what I want to pull out here, a couple of things, is this is what a very well-maintained Google business page looks like. It's hard for me to fit it all on one screen, although we will go look at some live examples here in a minute. But just a few things to draw attention to that kind of stand out immediately. This team has generated 458 Google business reviews and another 447 on Zillow. I'd be curious for your thoughts on this, Tristan, but what it says to me is that team has a process around soliciting Google business reviews because they understand the importance of it.
I'm going to steal your screen really quick just to go and show when I typed their name on Google. It's the perfect example. I'm getting jelly, Matt. I'm getting a little jealous here. In a good way. Like I want to do this. I'm going to go and show you.
By the way, shout out to that team. They're freaking awesome,
amazing, man. I think we may interview them now on Lab Codes. But look at this. Can you see my screen?
I sure can.
Okay. Number one, it's got their website. Number two, which is the most important one, it's got everything Google. But dude, look at this. Look at this right here.
Yeah.
Short videos.
And so this is a critical part. This is a critical part for people, which is the way that I would say this in like SEO speak is Google is now indexing what you publish on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts. So the content that you publish in all of those places is being utilized to help showcase agents in the areas that you operate in. And that is a thing that, Rejig can help you automate. But just for people on this call, it's, and let me just go back to one thing to draw attention to on that profile that I think is interesting too. Notice, and you pulled up the live example, there's the Google business reviews that he's soliciting or the team is soliciting. But one of the lesser remarked upon parts is he's also publishing, and maybe I'll just go to his live. He's also publishing, kind of like you, let's see, Maier team.
Are you looking up Matt Whitty or no?
No, Matt Maier. So the other thing that the Maier team is doing is they're publishing updates about their business every day, basically. So they're constantly publishing.
What type of updates? Like what would those look like? Updates for business profile? Any type of
Yeah,
update, listing or?
I think it's like market data is a really good example. You can see here he's doing like coaching related content that they're doing as part of a podcast series. I think if you look far enough down here, they're posting testimonials, they're posting community events and awards. They're posting shout outs for other people on their team. The other thing that I would showcase here on their Google business page is they're linking off to all of their most utilized social media sites. And so if we come back here, I think the thought process for everybody on this call, the actionable takeaway that we would want you to take from this part of the call is your Google business page is free. Like, you don't have to pay to set it up. Your Google business page is consistent, uses consistent and standardized content. So it's very easy to kind of populate. It tells the search engines where you operate and what services you provide. It shows if you're active and trusted. So those Google business reviews and those Google updates that we just showed you are all signals to Google. Your Google business reviews are what people are saying about working with you. And that is one of the most important signals from an SEO perspective. The updates that you're posting on your Google business page are showcasing to prospective clients that you're actively running the business. And okay, to tie this all back to why does this matter, Tristan? One of the questions that I get asked constantly is, how do I make sure that we show up well in Google? How do I, and now these days, how do I make sure that we show up well
on AI
or ChatGPT or Perplexity? So publishing to your Google business page, from my perspective, is one of the easiest and lowest investment ways for you to do that. And as we'll show you here in a couple of minutes, you can actually automate a lot of that. I would be curious if you have any thoughts on that, Tristan.
I think the thing that we forget, and this is why I started with the most visited websites in the world. Is ChatGPT is the 5th most visited website in the world. But if I scrolled down a little bit, you would have also seen Gemini, I believe. Here, I'm not showing my screen, but Gemini is number 16 now. And that shot up 3 spots in the last month. And before that, it was lower. And before that, it was lower. Like, dude, I'm pretty sure Gemini is going to be in the top 10 in the next year. And so now, if I'm going to Gemini or ChatGPT, and now I'm posting daily because I have it set up, you know, that's where we start winning, and we're not thinking like that.
100%. And if we remember the kind of topic for the day, dominating local search, here's another thing that I would use to make the case for Gemini, which is Gemini, for those of you who are on the call who don't know, is a competitor to ChatGPT that is started by Google, and it leverages the last 2 decades worth of search history. I think that is what makes Gemini unique. It is literally built on top of the same underlying functionality that Google uses to, you know, run all of its search. So when people are putting in search for like real estate agent near me, and you're doing that in Gemini, it's leveraging multiple decades worth of stuff. So I want to show one more slide just to kind of put some framing around this before we go do some live examples. And I think I maybe have showed this once before, but just I think it's worth hammering home the point. So can you see this slide about this EEAT idea?
Social media. Social media helps drive SEO and GEO for your business.
Yeah. So when we talk about dominating local search, one of the things that the Google algorithm is looking for when you're publishing content, it is looking for signals from what you are posting about whether you can demonstrate your expertise, whether you can demonstrate your experience in a particular field. In this case, as a real estate agent, you can demonstrate your authoritativeness, and you can demonstrate your trustworthiness. These are all things that you can use your social. Basically, what this is saying is that in addition to your Google business page, Google is looking at the content that you are publishing on social media to try and make you more visible. So when somebody searches for real estate agent in Simi Valley or real estate agent in Hartford, Connecticut, they're looking at what these agents are posting online. So you'll notice here, if I go back to the Google business page, they're linking off your social media sites from your Google business page is basically attributing all of the activity that you're doing on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube back to your Google business page. And that is how you rank really, really well for local queries. I have one pulled up here. So I live up in San Francisco. I did a search for real estate agents SF, just short for San Francisco. Okay. And what I want to do is just show you. So you can see at the top here, there's these sponsored results. And then you can see this, I think, is what everybody is trying to get to, which is these top three. They call it like the local pack, the 3-pack. Like there's basically like you want to be one of these agents that actually are automatically recommended by Google.
Wait, I'm still seeing your slide.
Oh, sorry. Let me share this tab instead. So can you see this now?
Got you. Yep.
All right, perfect. Thank you. So real estate agents, San Francisco. I put in that query into Google. And now these results right here are sponsored. So people have paid for this. And then down here, these are the organic results that Google is showcasing based on what people are doing, their online activity. So this agent, Ruth Christian, I don't know her personally.
I know her. She's a really good friend of mine.
There you go. So Ruth she does these amazing YouTube videos.
She does.
About what's happening in different neighborhoods around San Francisco. And then same thing, like the other thing that people ask now is how do I show up in Gemini? So if we go into AI mode here, now notice what we're doing is Google is going to try and answer this query in AI mode, and it's going to show its sources when it's done here. It should at least. And so then we're going to switch over to talking about how you can actually do this, using a tool like Rejig. So what I would want to draw your attention to for everybody in this call is I did a search for real estate agents in San Francisco. You can just do the own query for yourself or in whatever state or whatever city you live in. And then I went into AI mode. So now we're essentially leveraging the AI component, the Gemini functionality underneath the hood. Notice that one of the first agents that are listed is Ruth Christian, the team that we were just talking about. Now, what I want to draw people's attention to is notice over here, Google is actually citing its sources of where it is getting the information to make these recommendations. And notice Google Business, like Yelp, all of these sites are where they're actually pulling in information. So that is my case, and we'll follow up on this.
Hold on, let me zoom into that really quick. Scroll up a little bit. I want to see. Scroll up to see where it's pulling from towards the top, because I think it's. So we've got their website. Nice.
Yep.
And then we've got another website, right?
Yep.
Dude, I'm digging this because it goes back to that whole graphic you showed a couple of minutes ago. What was it? EAT? E-E-A-T. That's exactly what it's doing right here.
Yep. That's exactly why I'm showing it, is because we're going to switch over now. We're going to show people some examples of how they can use something like Rejig to create content for them that's going to help them rank as local experts. Really, like, this is when you as an agent ask yourself, like, how is Google finding me? These are the things that it's looking for, which is why I wanted to show it. So I am going to switch over for these last 10 minutes and just kind of show a few live examples. Anything that you would want to add to this, Tristan, before we do? Because I know that there is, I think the high-level framing is also like people may not go past these top 3 reviews in some places.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'll add is that this is why paying attention to where traffic is important, because it also sets the strategy that you need to have.
Yep.
So ChatGPT is number 5, but dude, I know Gemini's gunning for top 5.
Oh, 100%.
This is just hypothetical, but dude, can you imagine if Google owns the top 3? Like, not just Google, not just YouTube, but Gemini,
Yep.
like what happens then? Like they're playing the long game, and I think they can get there. And for what we're learning right now, that means we're also preparing on how to better show up.
I think that's a perfect tee up. So I think what I've done now is we're now looking in Rejig, and essentially what I did is I had the AI curate some content for a fictional agent in the LA area. So I grew up on the West Side in Los Angeles, so I've got some stuff that's curated for a fictional agent on the West Side of LA. And what I would try and remind people is if we tie it back to just what we're doing here with our Google business page and EAT, like so EEAT, like this basically algorithm update that Google uses to try and drive traffic. Notice all of the content that's being curated here for a fictional agent is designed to help showcase their local expertise, their trustworthiness, their knowledge. I'll give you a couple of quick examples. So this is a story about a very well-known hospital on the West Side that just bought basically just did a massive real estate transaction. So hyper local news, the AI went out and found this story that was published on LA Magazine, and this story was published about 18 hours ago. So you can see where AI found, or where the kind of Rejig found the image for the story that it created. Rejig went out and found that story, pulled in an image. It will put your branding, the agent's branding on it. In the social media post, it's actually now writing a very detailed summary of that article. Part of the reason to do that is because by showcasing, Cedars-Sinai, Beverly Connection, medical center, all of these like specific details from the story, that's helping it be deemed more credible and more local in the eyes of the kind of Google algorithm. It's also linking back to the source material, actually citing your sources, especially in a world where everything can be easily created by AI. Citing your sources and linking back to it is super important. Now, the only thing that the agent who we end up working with needs to do is either approve this to be published immediately, in which case I will tie this all back. Every piece of content that's going to be curated for you can get published as an update to your Google business profile, as well as Facebook, as well as Instagram, as well as LinkedIn. You're taking one piece of content, you're able to leverage it across 4 different social media sites, and all of that activity is being allocated back to your Google business presence to help you show up as the local expert. Does that make sense?
Dude, I love that. All right, so now what if I want to grab this and make it a blog?
Perfect. So what I would do is I would hit this edit button right here, and you're going to see something fun. So I'm going to take this story, and I'm going to ask the AI to rewrite it as a 250-word blog post. So now I just hit the edit button. Down here, I'm going to ask it to rewrite this as a, I'm not good at typing publicly, 250-word blog post. I hit return. So there's basically like a little prompting functionality in Rejig. And now you'll see it rewrote the captions as a nice long blog post. You just download this. It will download the captions. It will download the image. You drop it onto your blog. You can also add your blog as a source or as a kind of part of your signature to every story that it creates. So now you have a blog post from it in addition to 4 social media posts. And then one more thing that you could do with the story, if you remember, Tristan, you could take this story and then you could drop it into Rejig up here, ask the AI to generate a video from this story, and that video could be narrated in your own voice or narrated by your own AI avatar if you wanted us to do that. So again, in that scenario, what the AI is doing is it's going to go read that story. It's going to do additional deep research on that story. It's going to write a script. It's going to pull in B-roll footage, and it's going to create a video that can be narrated by the agent or in their own AI avatar. So to tie it back to what we're talking about today, dominating local search, you are essentially using one asset to create potentially 5 or 6 different posts, all of which have your personal branding on it, and all of which are sourced from high quality, reputable pieces of information, and then turned into unique pieces of content for you, which helps you show up as the local expert. So this process done consistently is how you start to see long-term value. I know we only have 4 minutes left. Like you mentioned in one of your LinkedIn posts about this, you can also have the AI creating like hyper specific market reports for any area. So I did one for Venice, Los Angeles. The AI will automatically create that for you. Same idea. You would one single click just approve it to be published. Facebook, Instagram, Google Business, or LinkedIn. Same data created for you in video format. When it comes time to share it, now you can send that to YouTube Shorts and TikTok and all of the other places as well. If this was connected to live accounts, you would see the ability to go to YouTube Shorts or YouTube or Facebook Reels, Stories, or your feed. And all of this type of content is being curated for you automatically based on whatever areas you select. And then to kind of, you're like, okay, cool, I want to start zeroing in on Venice. I also had the AI go out and create something about an upcoming event. In this case, the AI found this story here about an upcoming cultural festival happening in the Venice area. So the AI went out and found this story, pulled in an image from it, turned it into a post. And then let's say you wanted to even go further on this, you can come into Rejig and say, hey, now I want to create something about like, I don't know, best new restaurants in Venice. So this is like when we really kind of tie it back, Tristan, to trying to be the local expert. Like this is how you do it. You can just basically, and then you can save these searches so that the AI is just finding stuff for you automatically on whatever local topics or areas you're focused on. Let's see, this is the story that it found. Let's see if it mentions Venice in here just to be safe. Yep. So this one of the stories mentioned in this is a new pop-up opening up in Venice, California. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the AI turn this into a post. In a second, we're going to have a social media post and potentially a video on this topic. So hopefully with our 2 minutes remaining, people understand, and we'll follow up on this in next month's webinar, and we'll talk maybe a little bit about like some of the related topics around GEO and other kind of best practices here. But you can see it pulled in an image from the story, the 18 best new restaurants to try, links off to the source material, created a post for us. That's how it works. And let me just pull up something here.
I have a question once you're done there.
Yeah, so let me pull up for those folks who are interested. Just scan that QR code. We'd love to talk to you and kind of do a full audit for you and walk you through what's working on your Google business page, how you can augment it. If we're a good fit to help you, we would love to, but there's no, just sign up for an audit and we'll take a look. It's free. And we'd love to chat with you. Sorry, Tristan, you had a question.
No, this is good, everyone. Take a look at this. I've got a few of my team members, a few of our agents in our brokerage, and a few of our coaching clients on this. One of them is Matt Whitty. Obviously, he loves it. A few of his reels created through Rejig have blown up. So it's always nice to see that. Here's a question though for you. When you were going to the section where you said use my voice or use my likeness, right? My video. Hold on. Let me scan this first. Let me make sure it goes in the right direction. I'm scanning it. My internet's slow, so give me a second. I'm on 2 different internets. Oh, it takes me to a Calendly link, right? That's where I would go? Perfect.
Yep, that's where you go.
It works. Okay, so go back to that section where it said use the cloned voice or clone me, the video.
Yep.
Have you guys tested enough to know which one of those is working best? Is it only the voiceover or the full-on avatar?
That's a great question. I don't have data to suggest that one way is way better than the other. I will tell you the folks like Matt Whitty who use it have had, he left it. And speaking of practicing what we preach, we got a really nice Google business review from Matt Whitty the other day talking about how it's helped him grow his follower accounts.
Of course. Here, hold on. While we're doing that, and then you can answer the question if you have answers.
I would say the way we think of it is we want to give our agents multiple ways to personalize the content that's created for them. And some agents are totally comfortable creating video content, but still want to personalize other videos that they're not going to have their image in. For some agents who will literally just not record video content, we find that the avatar is a way for them to be in the game without having to, do something that they really don't want to do, which is record video content regularly.
So I'm watching this AI video, right?
Yep.
And obviously it has his voice.
Trustees say a nationwide search is finished.
All that. What I like is that you guys have figured out that the image or the video, number one, video needs to be moving. If it's an image, you're zooming in and out and you're jump cutting fast so that you keep the attention. So I really like that, man. You guys have done a great job on that.
Awesome. No, and I know from having dealt with a bunch of folks now, dozens upon dozens of folks within the lab coat community, like, this is a great audience. We love working with you. We love trying to help you out. Like, even if we don't end up, even if you don't end up using Rejig, just, sit down with us. We think this stuff is super important for you, especially from the standpoint of just making you discoverable online. Like, that's the goal. You need to be findable online. And I think you all know that at this point, but actually turning that knowledge into practice is something that I think both Tristan and us are trying to help make as easy as possible, because I know you've got 27 other things to do in any given day.
I love this. Yeah. And yes, everybody, this works with Google very well. So take a look, set up a call. It might be Matt who you get or somebody else, but if it's Matt,
it'll be Matt, Rafa, or Purab.
Oh, dude, that's a small group. I like it.
Yeah. It'll be one of the three of us.
Nice. Thanks, man. Thanks for doing this. Everyone go check out Rejig. And yes, we are using it. Scan that QR code. Wait, I didn't scan that one. I scanned the other one you said. Let me scan this one.
Yeah, we have special discounts for lab coat agents.
Oh, this one takes us to a different page. I got it. Oh, I see it. Okay, very good. Yeah, scan either one. You could book a demo on either one. This one goes into more of the details and then examples of agents that are using it successfully. Thanks, buddy.
Good to see everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Have an awesome day and keep jumping into Google.